You have spoken publicly about your mental health.
Yes.
And, I choose to believe I'm an advocate. We speak about it so much on the show. And the sooner we normalize it, the better. Because I think many people are walking around undiagnosed. They're walking around afraid to speak, afraid to ask for help. How is your mental health today?
Today, especially today,
Yes.
I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place. I want to scream. Nothing is going my way. I wanted to do my hair. And then I looked at the time. I was late. I had to come here and make it on time for this interview because I made a promise to myself that 2025, I will not be late for nothing. I'm going to be early. Just be early, because even if I'm trying to say I want to be on time, I'm going to be late.
Yes.
So nothing is going my way, but I'm not losing it, and that's how I know Bucie, I'm slowly getting there, because you would find that if things don't go my way, it completely messes up my mood.
Throws you off.
It throws me off completely. Would be doing this interview, I'd probably be frowning the whole time. I can't even laugh because I'm still holding on to what made me angry a couple of hours ago. So because now I know what is wrong with me, and I know how to handle it. I am always counting in my mind and in my head, saying, Guti, it's not a bad day. I mean, it's a bad day. It's not a bad life. It's going to be okay. At least you did something good. You got there and you made it on time for your interview.
702.
The upside of failure.
Sometimes failure is the foundation of greatest success stories.
Upside of failure. The last one for the month. And what a way to wrap up January than with the phenomenal songstress that is Bucie, my darling.
Hi, gorgeous.
I haven't seen you
I just need to see your eyes for 2 seconds. It's just all these cameras. Oh my gosh.
I know, it's bright and there's cameras and everything. How are you?
I'm good, my love. How are you?
I feel like it's like this overdue reunion.
I know. No, it is. I mean, yo, Lebo, it is.
Oh my gosh. Listen, every time I think of you, I think about what you did on the sing-off with the a cappella kids, where you did Easy to Love and they sang your song completely a cappella. So all the heavy K production, remember?
When
you were singing,
we did a lot of things together. So which one are you talking about? Where
you were singing, it was 10 a cappella groups, and you were the opening number. It was a show on SABC One many years ago.
Oh, that's many years ago.
I know, and it's when Easy to Love was still quite out there.
Yeah.
And when I heard those kids' voices just uplift when you joined them, because we were rehearsing without you, and then
I see it.
That was one of my
see all of it.
favorite.
Even just everything. How it
at the Soweto Theatre.
The kittens going up. Yeah, now I remember.
And I think I do forget that we've done so much.
We've done so much together. That's why I'm like, which one?
My goodness. Firstly, I before I get carried away with you, I love your, I love your voice. I love your energy. Even before Easy to Love happened, I think we were introduced by Boza at some point, where I'd be like, this woman can sing, and you were not big yet. And I was like,
it sounds like you're gonna let that blonde hair.
Oh my gosh. At some point, were you singing some gospel back then?
No.
I can't remember what you were doing back then.
I think I was Joy Kele on Rhythm City. That's why I was singing gospel music.
I even forgot about
we
that.
We even worked on Rhythm City together.
Forgot about that. Oh my god.
Because now I'm just answering the question. I'm just like, yeah, on Rhythm City, and you're like, and I'm like, actually,
I forgot that you were on Rhythm City. So you are how many years in the industry now?
It's 17 years now.
How does that make you feel? Do you feel like if you were yourself 17 years ago and somebody told you where you'd be in life right now, you would believe them?
I think so.
Really?
I would have believed them because I've always known that I was designed for amazing things. So I always had faith in God that you can't give me this picture in my head. You can't give me this vision that I have of myself and not be there to help me get to it. So yeah.
And in the midst of the beginning of your career, it's very easy for people to think your breakthrough was something, but maybe your personal breakthrough was something else.
Or something else.
What for you was your breakthrough, particularly in this industry, and why was that the breakthrough? Because yes, there are songs that blew up that got more people
That
to
got
know
more people,
you,
yeah.
but that might not have been your breakthrough.
Easy to Love. Easy to Love was my biggest breakthrough. Even how it came about, going to studio and just having Heavy K play all these other beats, trying to confuse me when I've already chosen this one. And I was like, can we go back to that one?
He's such a G.
He
I love
is.
him so much.
I think he has more than 3,000 songs on his computer. He's always producing. He's always creating new music. And I think everything about that song, I've been writing, and for the first time, I was really, really like dangerously and deeply in love when I wrote Easy to Love. So I think it became my biggest song because of just how honest I was and singing in my mother tongue, sitting as Xhosa, because there was just no other way of expressing what I was saying. Xhosa only in Xhosa I could be able to express uba indoda exikiziweyo ezithembileyo ehlonipha amasiko with no compromise. Oh, sonke siyazi nje girls. Ladies.
So I love how you're saying you were so in love then. Does it mean you're no longer in love now, or that love is not what it was like before?
Love is not what it was like before.
Why though?
That is the truth, guys.
Why?
Love is not. I don't know, because I don't know. Am I still going through a divorce? Is it finished? Is it finalized? Like, it's I've just been separated. So, when you meet people, you find that it's not the same anymore. Being out of the dating game for more than 9 years, you come back and things are different, and it's just like, but I'm not used to this. I mean, I'm the Shela girl. I'm the Shela daughter type of girl. When you like me, pursue me. Now it's just like, yo, are we doing this or not? And it's like, I don't think so.
What do you think changed? Because I mean, we have spoken with so many guests on this show who are going through or have gone through a divorce, and many of them will cite things changed when I got more famous, or things changed when we had kids. What do you think changed? And this I'm always genuinely curious, because I'm not married and I'm not sure if I
you want to.
subscribe to the institution
Yeah,
of
I
marriage
know
or not.
what
But
you
I'm
mean. I know
always
what you mean.
curious.
I think for me, what changed was, what changed was when I decided that, sometimes as women, we make all these decisions and we don't consult our significant other, and you just make the decisions because, it's so hard being, yo guys, I get you, okay, I understand. And you hold on so hard because you're just like, I don't want to be part of this dance. I just want to make this work. But I think for us, what changed is, one thing about my ex-husband and I is that we will always love each other. We know that because we have 2 beautiful kids together. The only thing that just changed is that now it was just a time where we wanted different things in life, where instead of going the same direction, we just kept pulling in different directions. And it was not healthy for either of us. So it was just like, what we're going to do? We're just going to love these little people that we made. And he's an amazing father. And I just had to make peace that, you're an amazing person. It's just not my person, clearly. Yeah.
How have you been navigating that happening while you have children, because we come from the generations who say, I stayed for the
You
kids,
stayed for the kids,
right?
yeah.
And we also are fully aware of how divorce, separation can impact children, and just give context of the age of the kids and how you guys are managing it.
My up here, my beautiful. Oh, you gave me such beautiful babies. I love my kids. Up here is 8. He just turned 8 in January, and that is my premature baby. Who came when I was told that I could never have kids. And then Leanda
Your
also showed
miracle
up. My miracle
baby.
baby. And then Leanda is 4. She turns 5 in August. And then together we had 5 kids.
Oh,
So my firstborn is 19. And then my second one with him, well, in our marriage was, he's 16 this year, and the other one is 13, and then it was Apua who's 8, and then Leanda who is 5 this year.
I love how you speak about all of the kids, because
those are my kids.
you know some people don't do that.
No. Those are my kids. That's why people were confused when I said I had 5 kids. Like, what do you mean? I birthed 3, but I
Yes.
had 5.
Yes.
And it can only be God. The only thing that we can do really is just to pray for our kids and just ask God to just guide them and be with them and protect them. Because life is life, guys. And they just need to know how to navigate through life and just know to whatever happens, it all comes down to love. So love definitely helped them to be able to handle the whole situation, because we love them.
When you got married, and I'm not sure the order of events or the intention. Sometimes what I've seen is that there are women whose stars are rising, and then marriage changes their careers so much. And
How are we talking about this? Because I don't think this was our topic.
wait, we have to know, because it's been different. I mean, I know so many women in the industry who sometimes the husband is a manager, sometimes the husband is like, you're not gonna work anymore. Sometimes, and I refuse to believe that the career is determined by that, but it looks on the outside like that's the case.
That's the case.
Your star was rising, and it felt like you disappeared. You
No.
know, it felt like, how? Okay, Bucie.
Yeah, but remember, Pella, the star was there. Like, it was just shining. Right now, it's time for the star to just shine through the cracks.
Yes.
But it has always been there. When I then made the decision, Lebo, you know how the industry can be. I just felt like, I feel like a broken record. There was just no going further than where I was.
So
I felt so stagnant.
Oh,
I
like in
did.
terms of
In my
where
life.
you had reached in
Yeah.
terms of achieving the things you wanted to achieve. You've done all the gigs.
I've done all the
Yes.
gigs. I mean, I get what Tsebakgoro would do Miss South Africa, and I'll just be looking like a goddess there. So it's like, Gideon's, man, and there was just something that was missing. And I was ready to start a family. And for me, because I know how the industry is, I was just like, I want to be able to focus on raising my kids. I want to be there. I don't want to be umama that abandana bambone and during the weekends, mommy's busy. I'll be like, there'll be a time, the time will come for me to get back to that place. But for now, I just really want to be present. I want to have a family. I wanted to have a family.
And you so
guys.
looked like you were loving it.
I
Hey?
had fun. I still do. Even today, I can't wait to get home. I know the second I open the door and they see that smile, Mom! The energy, it's the same energy every day. So that's what I needed for my soul. I loved being adored by crowds, but I needed more. And more for me at the time was, I need to start a family.
So I want to take a quick pause because somebody desperately wants to speak to you. They sneaking in a call.
Who?
Ko Merekong. Leslie in Durban, go ahead. Bosie's listening.
Oh my God, I'm like, oh my God. But anyway, I'm Leslie Makatini. I'm calling all the way from eThekwini, Durban. I listen to 702, but I used to live in Johannesburg, but I listen to 702 because that's the radio station I click with. But anyway, it's enough about 702, it's about you today. So
Hi,
I'm so super
Leslie.
excited. I'm super excited, Bucie. You know, I wanted to just put in ngengoma. It's really but I just wanted to, on a serious note, I just wanted to ask the inspiration behind your Rebirth album, Love Me Right. Even though it reminds me of my ex, like I listened to it. it
It's okay. It's
It's
okay.
time because it was 2018. I think it was around August, September, if I'm not mistaken. And I played the song, and I'm like, oh my God. And then I was with a person at that time. But now that song is just on my playlist. It's on Apple Play. It's on Spotify, and I play it.
Everywhere.
And
Thank
yeah,
you,
I love it.
Leslie.
And we love you, like it's a winning
Nam
and hopefully
Danitand.
you might come very soon, and then if powers may be, and then they book you ufike and just so we can just see
Anzofika,
you. We
don't
love you,
worry.
Sister Tandiwe, and God bless you, and God bless your family also, and siyakuthanda kakhulu sisi. Thank you.
Thank you,
Leslie,
Leslie.
is Busie worth losing your job over? Busie's worth it, ne?
I'm telling you.
Leslie. Kule economy and gender, please.
No,
Let's.
I'm already done with everything, so I'm just
Okay,
I'm done with everything. Yeah, thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Thank you,
Relebogile.
Leslie.
Thanks,
Bye.
Leslie from Durban. How does that make you feel? Because the
Oh,
crowds is one
man.
thing when it's a group of people,
Yeah.
but when it's that
One person.
yeah.
It's so it's such a beautiful, humbling, and beautiful. Like it's overwhelming, but in the most beautiful way. Because one thing that I know, Lebo, is that I know that none of this is about me. Really isn't. All the glory belongs to God. The fact that I could take a break and leave for so long, and when I come back, people are just like, we are waiting.
Kunini.
Ke a tseba hore ha se ka matla kapa tjheseho,
Yes.
And it humbles me because, like I just said, because it's not about me. It's not my shine. It's not my glory. I'm just a vessel. So when I hear that people, because one thing that you can tell from even his voice, everything that he's saying, Guti, it's it's that love that is so pure, that is just like unfailing, that is always there, that never goes away, that people have for me. It's a blessing.
Is having a family something you always knew you wanted even when you were a child?
I knew that I always wanted to have a family.
What is the reason? Is it because you grew up in a family where you're like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. I
This
need
is
to do it
amazing,
again.
yeah.
Because for some people, their inspiration is, I never had a family that looked healthy, that looked whole.
So I wanted to do that for myself.
Yes.
No. I had a healthy, wholesome family. My dad loved my mom till his last day on earth. I have my sisters, 2 sisters and a younger brother. Sikule Sivana, even when we were fighting when we were young. But now we all get along. We are always together. We have each other's back. So I've always wanted to have kids because I had my son, my firstborn son, when I was 18. So I have a very old boy. I mean, if you look at, I don't want
He's
him.
18 and she says an old
Oh,
boy.
he's old. He tells me that I'm old. I guess maybe that's as because he says, "Mommy, yo, lip voice again. Are you aware that you chasing 40, mommy? Hey, mommy, ukulele." So now you ukulele. I had Utolan when I was 18, and he was my only child, and I thought he was going to be my only child because at some point I got very sick, and then I was told that I can never have. And I was like, but baby, plan was not for you, kutukuluiwani. Because I know that you're such a kind boy. I would have wanted to see you how you are around your siblings. And I am so happy because he takes good care of his siblings. Izake, when he's around, because he doesn't live with me, he still stays with my mom at Lexstop. So when he's around, I know, Guti, if I'm going to come and do an interview with Relebogile, my kids, Uputuabo is taking good care of them. No, and but just his touch. So I've always wanted that because that's how I was. That's how we were with my siblings and, my mom and my dad. being there every step of the way.
Is that why the decision for divorce was so difficult? Because you grew up in a setup that just was not a thing.
It was, and then what made it acceptable was me having to really just say, with my mom and dad, we've never seen them fight, we've never seen them unhappy. Even if they were, they would hide it from us. But at some point, I felt like I was failing when it comes to that, because I'm one person who can't even hide my emotions. So I didn't want to now, whenever we have a disagreement, I'm not okay, and my kids can see that. And I hated that. I was like, I don't want to raise unhappy kids that are always seeing mommy and daddy always just arguing because they're not seeing eye to eye. I want abantwana bam babakhule, and now when they see us together, they can see that we are friends. Because we are just friends right now. And we are happy. And I can see Lebon, and my kids are very happy to just see and grow up in that environment where even if daddy comes to pick us up from mommy's house, they're fine. There's no fight. So even though they still don't know what this is, but they're just seeing the people that they love the most getting along just fine, and really they feel that love that we have for one another.
So in terms of when you were much younger, what did you think failure is? Because obviously that will kind of dictate the things you see as failure as you get older.
For me, failure has always been not achieving what you wanted to achieve. If you don't get there, whether it's on time or if you're doing it properly, that has always been failure to me.
And how did that get treated in the home? Like you say, if you had set yourself out to achieve something at school, what would you then, how was that like treated? Were you always of the understanding that, okay, I failed here, but it's not the end of the world?
It's not the end of, yes.
Yes.
That's how my parents were when I go back home. Because even with me falling pregnant, as much as they were losing their minds, but I was assured, Uguti, it's not the end of the world. You're young. Nangumdanu khona. We know that you are going to fix it somehow.
Yes.
We have faith that you will. And that's why I was like, okay, so sometimes if even though you don't get to the point or the level of unufika kuya at the time, but eventually you'll get there if you just don't give up on yourself.
Can you guess, having worked with me enough times, I'm giving you three guesses as to what you think my favorite song of yours is. You
My
have
favorite
three guesses. As in, what is Relebogile's favorite Bucie song?
Phela wena unkopisiste le gospel wena. Uyakhumbula
Yes, And you
Pastor
killed
Benjamin
it.
Dube.
You killed it.
Lebo, which one? It's not Ngelindota.
Nope.
I know, you are Superman.
Nope.
Really?
Nope. It's not Superman.
How? Okay. Apart from Easy to Love.
Nope.
How
it's
is
not
it not
even easy
Superman?
to love.
Okay, Lebo.
Do I have to tell you?
Can't be Sheila.
Nope. It's not Sheila.
Turn Me On.
Nope. It's not Turn Me On.
Okay, Lebo, I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you after the news. It's 2:30.
702.
The upside of failure.
Proof that a setback can lead to a step forward.
The upside of failure on this Friday today at 22 minutes to 3 o'clock. 011-883-0702, the WhatsApp line 072-702 and 702. Mankan Midran says, Relebogile, you can't just say Bucie. Bucie who? Which surname are you going by now? So her stage name is Bucie, Bucie. Which surname are you using?
Oh, Mandla. I don't know. I don't know. Can we just stick to Bucie Miss Easy to Love for now?
Okay. So the same way that we have Donald in denial.
In denial, I'm easy to love.
Bucie easy to love.
Oh, I'm a superwoman.
Superwoman.
It's up to you.
You haven't guessed. Have you guessed the song that is my favorite
No,
of yours?
I haven't. Okay, wait. Before I guess, first give me the timeline.
Oh, I don't know the timeline, but what I'll tell you is the clue I'll give you is it was a collaboration. You're not on the song alone.
Okay.
And second, the
I
other
think I
clue,
know.
it is so soulful. The chord progressions, the song goes into places that you don't expect.
That's Black Motion.
No,
No, still. Oh, wait. Angels are watching.
yes,
Angels are watching. Of course. And good
with Louis Vega.
because you even made me. It's such a difficult song to perform, Lebo.
I know, and
No. Now that also to what it takes to places, I'm thinking, hey Pingom. And now
Yes.
and you're like, no, I'm like, no, then it has to be Angels Are
Yes,
Watching.
angels are watching over me. It's in my, when Apple Music shows you your like top 50 whatever, I will have that song on repeat. There are things you do with your vocals.
It was originally written and sang by Josh Milan.
Oh, but you and your interpretation and what you did.
Thank you, my
Ah,
my
babe.
sis. I had to sit with that song for I think like 3 days, and I had to call because I recorded it at Studio Scalui, so we were in New York. And I had to keep asking him, like, what are you saying? Because now some words, Americans, how they sing sometimes.
Yes.
And I'd be like, what does that mean? Because Joshua bua ka sekgowa se seng se se deeply. I had to ask him to explain.
The English was Englishing.
The English was yeah, and I took some time with that song, and it really it meant something to me when I ended up just delivering it. Now it was really coming from me because I knew exactly what he was saying. So that is like a love song to God. Somehow I know you will always be here, because life is beautiful knowing you're there.
But how nice is it knowing that angels are watching
Angels are
over you
watching.
all the time?
All the time. Angels, my life is evident. My life is evidence of angels are watching me, because decided it's my testimony. I wouldn't be here today if the angels were not watching me. I was involved in a very bad car accident that nearly claimed my life when everyone
When was
just
this?
last year. I know I'm private, I get what's it, but no one, yeah.
And it's just you and I now talking, so it's fine.
Yeah, when everyone was just like, how did you survive? I kept on sending pictures like, is that you? And I'm like, yeah, angels are watching. God said no. And my guardian angels, they said, it's not yet time. She's going back. She needs to do what she needs to do.
How did that accident impact your life?
Oh, that's that's I don't know. Should it be a story for now?
I mean, it's sometimes the story is not the what happened, because sometimes I think people
What
want to
it
know
did.
details. What happened? Were you this? Da, da, da.
But
I think
I
I'm
hear your
more
question.
interested in how did it shift you?
Yeah, I'm trying to come up. I'm trying to answer that. Yeah.
Did it restore faith? Did it deepen your
did.
faith?
It showed me just how much God loves me and how important I am to Him. Because at some point I was even praying and just ready to have God receive me, because I was like, I think this is it. So the fact that God fought for me like that, and He made sure that it's His decision and I'm going to come back and I'm going to do what I'm called to do, because He felt like I wasn't done. I wasn't finished with why I'm here. I haven't lived my purpose. So, yeah.
Did everyone manage to come out alive from that accident?
Everyone. Everyone. I was like the only casualty, actually. Yeah.
I am wondering about, you made a decision to focus on family. How do you make that transition? Does it just mean you say, guys, I'm switching off when queries come in for people to book you? Like, how does that work?
Okay, so how that worked was, I don't know. I really am my father's spoiled brat. God loves me, guys. He loves all of us. Sometimes I just feel like, I think I'm your favorite, even if you don't say it. Because I did say I'm taking a break, or rather I was quitting, because that wasn't a break. That was like, I quit, I'm done. But because music
As in, you told your team, or you made an announcement?
I made an announcement. I was like, yo, I love you guys. I've got nothing else to give. I'm I'm all cried out. I'm all loved out. I just want to do something different with my life. And music just kept calling me because even when I was taking that break, I still had bookings that I was doing, especially internationally. So whenever some of them we would don't decline them because of logistics and everything. But then some of them would just come right at a time where I am feeling a little empty, and it's just like, oh, I get to be on stage. I get to go and just pour more onto myself. And now, I'm overflowing with just gratitude. And so, yeah.
I just remembered something, and I don't know. Did you not have a restaurant in Melville?
Yes, we did.
So you won't know because I never ordered directly from you. But there was a time where when I was working at Metro FM, and I used to order via Uber Eats so often from that restaurant. And then Jiggy, it was gone. I would love le dombolo.
Le dombolo le mogodu.
Like, what happened to the business? Was it COVID? Like, how did all of that happen?
That was even before COVID. My ex-husband he's a serial entrepreneur. He doesn't stay in one place for too long. He gets bored. So he does this, and then when he feels good, it's there. He's like, okay, no, let's do something different. So that's basically what happened, really.
Oh, that food was so good.
I know. And plus, you know what I loved about the restaurant is because that's my that's my kind of food.
Yes.
And if it's pizza and ndifuna idombolo. Ndifuna umleqwa.
Were you the one who cooked? Where's the person who was cooking?
Yvonne, I'm sure you're listening. Shout out to you. But no, I wasn't cooking.
So,
in fact, you'd hardly ever see me there.
Oh my goodness, no, that food was so good. And sometimes I'd be like to the team, are we getting? And we would order because it was just so convenient. Some of the messages coming through on the WhatsApp line. Hi, Relebogile Bucie. I'm enjoying this interview. She is so deep, genuine, humble, pure. Just a few of the values coming through. Thank you so much, Dr.
Thank you.
Filimon Mahuma from Midstream. And then some of your messages coming through in the voice notes.
Hi, you have my crush there. I remember when I think she announced that she was retiring. I have never been so shattered. I used to enjoy her perform. She's the one person whom I could actually watch, who would sing without moving so much. But I would enjoy just watching her. I also enjoyed her facial expressions as she sings. She used to be she used to make me smile whenever I watched her. I'm hoping she would make a very strong comeback. She's really missed.
Hi, Sis Rebo. What a beautiful soul you have in there. What a wonderful woman, individual human being God has given us. You know, I like it. I like it from Toshi, from Superman, all those songs she did with Black Coffee, Ispanga, and all those things with Heavy K, other ones with Heavy K. And to tell you to date how much I love her. I have a whole playlist of Ses Bucie. That's how much I love her. Even some of the songs I renamed them Ses Bucie, not just Bucie. And there's a song she did recently, latest, and I thought that song is gonna blow out, but I don't hear it much. Is it because she's hiding it? She did it with Black Motion. That Please Stay. It's called Please Stay. It's the recent song.
That's not mine. That's Black Motion.
That's how much you know that this is not just a person, it's a vessel. She's a worshiper. She's in Judah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Love you, Sis Kwena.
Thank you, Kwena.
How does that make you feel?
Hi. Hi.
Such a real response.
You know, it really, this kind of love is not something that I can ever get used to. I never get used to it. It always feels new to me when I receive, you know, this kind of love.
That's the humble
really
Bucie
humbling.
I know.
Oh, man.
That is the humble Bucie I know.
Thank you, guys. I love and appreciate you too. And can I tell them what we're saying off air? Uguti guys, I know you guys are looking for new music. It's just that really, I'm really not inspired at the moment. The only song that I took out was Faithful. And Faithful because there's just so much. You know, Faithful comes from a very, very special and deep place in my heart. Where Nyani, you just, when all fails, when everything is falling apart, you know, God will never let you down. So He is the author and the finisher of my life, the beginning and the end. So for now, that's the only thing that I could offer you guys, because that's where I am. Because with everything that has happened in my life, if I have to write a book, you know, I mean, Isos is only our Heavenly Father.
702.
The upside of failure.
Proof that a setback can lead to a step forward.
8 minutes to 3 o'clock. The upside of failure. We're with Bucie. What is it to love? We are waiting confirmation of the surname.
Of the surname.
011
I didn't get
8830702. The WhatsApp line 0727021702. You have spoken publicly about your mental health.
Yes.
And, you know, I choose to believe I'm an advocate. We speak about it so much on the show. And the sooner we normalize it, the better. Because I think many people are walking around undiagnosed. They're walking around afraid to speak, afraid to ask for help. How is your mental health today?
Today, especially today,
Yes.
I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place. I want to scream. Nothing is going my way. I wanted to do my hair. And then I looked at the time. I was late. I had to come here and make it on time for this interview because I made a promise to myself that 2025, I will not be late for nothing. I'm going to be early. Just be early, because even if I'm trying to say I want to be on time, I'm going to be late.
Yes.
So nothing is going my way, but I'm not losing it, you know. And that's how I know Guti, I'm slowly getting there. Because you would find that if things don't go my way, it completely messes up my mood.
Throws you off.
It throws me off completely, you know. Would be doing this interview, I'd probably be frowning the whole time. I can't even laugh because I'm still holding on to what made me angry a couple of hours ago. So because now I know what is wrong with me, and I know how to handle it. I am always counting in my mind and in my head, saying, Guti, it's not a bad day. I mean, it's a bad day. It's not a bad life. It's going to be okay. At least you did something good. You got there and you made it on time for your interview. You did something that was professional.
And our hair's matching now. Come on. It was meant to be.
Mariano, at least now there's like glue from the previous installment. So I look a mess.
So what did the doctor say? Because I know with mental health, you can get a diagnosis 3 years ago and then a new diagnosis later, because it takes time.
It takes time.
Yeah. So what does the doctor say your diagnosis is right now?
Right now, I'm still dealing with the same issue,
Which
is
borderline personality disorder.
Borderline personality disorder. But one thing about me is I don't know if Kilegwala or I just love life as much as people with that. They can be very suicidal and very self-sabotaging. I've worked so hard on that. I've never been very suicidal, but self-sabotage, that was my thing in everything I do. You know, the relationships is moshekileyo because I got so mad. I didn't know how to behave, and I just saw red, and you know, it's still the same. As far as I know.
Yes.
Unless if maybe kind of figure your football's out to this change, but I haven't really had time to really concentrate on that, because I want to believe that mentally right now I'm okay, because what I've been through, especially last year, if I wasn't dealing with myself and my mind, I would have completely lost it. And the fact
Also-
that I'm here today and I'm still stable, you know, it
I'm
means
just-
good here.
You're
I'm doing a
okay.
good job, yeah. I'm
Also,
okay.
our industry is not conducive to any kind of mental health challenge. Did it help you when you decided to take that hiatus?
Oh, no, it did. It did, because I think only then a lot of things made sense. It did. There was just this one time where I knew that this is not normal. There's something wrong with me. I need help. I needed to get myself checked in and get the help that I knew in my mind and in my heart that I needed, because what was going on with me, what I was feeling, was not normal. And then being in the industry, I now started seeing of all the other things that just trigger that. And they went gone by, oh, no wonder that behavior saw at that time, because this means good I was reacting to this. And now when I think about it, it's just like, okay, now if I have to go through the same situation, I know how to handle it better now.
I'm so sorry that we've run out of time.
I know.
So very quickly.
Literally 2 minutes.
Very quickly, tell me, what is the biggest lesson you've learned on failure in one sentence?
That you can always try again.
Bucie, waga easy to love, waga Superman, waga all
It's
the
not
beautiful
the end,
things.
like you just said, it's not the end of the world. You can try again. And when you allow yourself to fail, you allow yourself to be able to try again.
I love you.
I love you.
I adore you.
I love
and
you.
I wish you healing, strength, and
you.
light.
Thank you. And thank you to everyone that is listening. I love you and I appreciate you too.
702.
The upside of failure.
Sometimes failure is the foundation of greatest success stories.